Yeah, the other video timed out stops at 5 minutes. So we're just talking about credit history, your ability to pay your bills back in time. Lenders, uh, not debitors, creditors want you to pay back their money on time. And this determines what type of interest rate you would get. Um, so bad credit history lenders are not as willing to give you money. Or if they do give you money and you have a bad credit history, the interest rate's going to be higher. If you have a good credit history, they really want to give you money and your interest rate's going to be lower. Okay, so that's a good rule of thumb. Good credit history, lower interest rate. Bad credit history, high interest rate. And it's all about risk with banks. If you have a bad credit history, they feel like you're more riskful and not going to be able to pay back as well. Good credit history, they know they're going to get their money back, lower interest rate. You're not as high risk. Some terminology here: defaulting. When you have a loan or on a credit card and you default, that basically means you failed to pay back the money you owe. You stop paying on your loan. Right now, with the tough times, some loans might go into forbearance. That is different from defaulting. Defaulting is when you're just done paying. Forbearance is where they just kind of push it off, push the money back that you owe. They continue to charge interest. And this time now with forbearances, right now, I'm not sure what they'll do, if they'll still charge interest. I doubt it. But a forbearance is where they basically just push off your payments for a while due to hard times. And the Credit Bureau is the organization that keeps track of your payment records. Scrolling down to credit score, so you have credit history, then credit score. Credit score is basically a number calculated, and they give you a score. And that score indicates to the bank or any lender, credit card company, how well you pay back your bills. Okay, it's an indication of your credit history. So that's what a credit score is. FICO, it's calculated by the Fair Isaac Corporation. This method calculates your credit score by your credit history and how much debt you have. Some companies that do that: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You see a lot of Equifax commercials right now. They're kind of dumb and boring and dry humor, but they're out there all over. Scores can go from 300 to 850. 300 would be a very, very low poor score. 850 would be a very good score. Anything above 600 is a good score. I just got a used pickup here a while back, and we had to run our credit check on us, look at our credit history and credit scores, and me and my wife are well above 600, so I was pretty jacked about that. Got a very, very good interest rate. Okay. Now, how do you get a score? Right now, all of you guys have a score of 0, and that is not a good thing. Okay. So how you get a score is you just start paying your bills on time. So a lot of you, if you have a cell phone bill and your parents are paying that, that's going on their credit score, excuse me. What you can do is you can start paying your own cell phone bill, and that'll start generating a credit score. So 0 credit score is bad, but the nice thing about credit score, if you have a bad score, you can start paying your bills on time and paying them and eliminating debt, and the bad number will go up. The low number will go up. Same thing if you have a good credit score. If you stop paying your bills on time, the number will go down. So these scores they can shift and rotate. So nothing's set in stone. So that's a nice thing. Sometimes people maybe go through a rough patch in life, or maybe they're short financially or have a hard time paying their bills. Their score will go down. With this, nice thing about credit scores, you can get that back by just getting back on track and paying your bills on time. So basically, the better the score, the lower the interest rate. The lower the score, the higher the interest rate. So remember that for your quiz. But usually, if you have a credit card, it takes 6 months to start developing a score, and you can go on from there. So if you look at 5, the better the score, the better loan you will get. And by that talks about interest rate.